undefeated teams going toe-to-toe with a berth in the semifinals. It'll be Brady Wambach taking the draw for the United States. And number 10, George Smith for England. A beautiful, cool night here on field one, and Brady Wambach's gonna win the opening draw. Wambach right down the pipe, Spidell, one more, couldn't find the extra pass. Gonna be picked up by the goaltender, Yorkham Ruby. And a good opportunity there for Owen Duffy, but he just couldn't handle the pass. Jack Dearden. Spencer Mason. Now they'll go back to the goalie, Ruby. Mason, far side. England still trying to get it over center. Pass along the center line, tough bounce. Gonna be grabbed there by Timothy Shanahan. Shanahan will get into the offensive zone. Skip it back to the long pole. One more, Spidell loves to take it and does. Jack Spidell from the 45 is nearly unstoppable. What a rip from Jack Spidell, his team leading 10th of this tournament. "12 players on this American team have goals in this tournament. That is a well-balanced attack from front to back. Wambach will take this draw again against Smith, and Wambach will win it again. Can they connect this time? And Spidell will pull it out. Spidell to Owen Duffy. The entire U.S. offense runs through Aiton White. He'll quarterback the offense. Now here's Anthony Rayo, number 9, out of Long Island. Late man on is Millen. Brendan Millen will get it right back. Skip it to Rayo. Now Spidell through X. Near side Shanahan. Everyone gets a touch. Millen, Rayo running downhill. Split dodge with a strong right. Pushed out by the defense. Skip to Duffy. One more. Spidell put it off target. And again, Spidell ever lethal from that far 45. Duffy will reset the offense. Duffy, goal on extended, flip pass in the middle. Spidell couldn't handle it, and it's going to bounce free. Anthony Rayo. Spidell at X. Now here's Colin Cardilla. Splits, puts it in his left. Roll back, Millen. Shanahan, he'll carry high, trying to turn the corner. Backdoor cut, inside feed, and a goal. What a cut from Colin Cardilla. Right off the back of his defender. And quickly, the United States up 2-0 here, 2.5 minutes in. An ideal start for Sean Nadelin's club. Look at that back cut by Cardilla. And an excellent feed from Shanahan. Good handle. And then he puts it between the wickets of Ruby. Back to the face-off we go. Again, Wambach wins it clean. Right down the pipe, Wambach, Spidell, scores, too easy. Too quick and too easy. 3-0 Americans.
We gotta go faster on the rotation.
And the American fans on the far side cheering proudly, urging their team on here. Spidell goes low and away to the far side, and Wambach, and he just continues to stir the drink here at the face-off dot. Now it's going to be Hayashi who will take the draw. Wambach gets a rest. Hayashi plungers out the back to his own self. He'll run on the long pole, Tisdale Worcester. Give it off to Gravino, now far side Spidell. Gravino will exit out through the midfield. Here's Rhett Chambers. Now Jack Schultz. Owen Duffy at X. Shanahan. Rowan Nuri. Now running downhill is Chambers. Down the alley, Chambers. Skip it through X. Schultz wanted it, he'll have it now. He'll split on his defender. Does he want to take the shot? No, to Duffy. Backdoor cut, shot, Cardilla. Good save by Ruby. And now a pass doesn't connect in transition. Ball still loose. And grabbed there by Jack Schultz. England trying to go quick in transition. The pass from Ruby just out of the reach of his teammate. Now Rhett Chambers will settle the offense, swinging near side, Rowan Nuri. Shanahan to Nuri. Chambers, Spidell, X with Duffy, and then right back. Good ball movement here by the Americans, everyone getting a touch. Schultz is in the middle, he'll vacate, Spidell crashes, Shanahan carries, Schultz, shot, scores, 4-0 USA. Sounds like the Americans want to make an emphatic point here after Canada ran it up against Jamaica in the previous quarterfinal. In the opening game of the quarters, Haudenosaunee outlasted Puerto Rico by 1 as Puerto Rico scored a couple late to make that one close. Australia beat Japan. Canada knocked off Jamaica handily. And now the Americans are looking to do the same here. Hayashi, clean exit, up to Shanahan. On comes Anthony Rayo. Spidell. And the late man will be Brendan Millen. There's Rayo. Spidell. Cardilla. And everyone gets a touch. Keeping the ball hot are the Americans. Spidell will carry high, give it off to Rayo. One more Shanahan. Spidell crashes the middle. He's open on the backside. Oh, kick saving the beauty by Ruby. Ball loose. England has it. Running is number 13, Thompson. And a good handle on the far side by the long pole. Will Baker. Back to Ruby, the goaltender. Yorkham Ruby out of Stockport. Goes to the University of Nottingham out of the Heaton Mersey Lacrosse Club. And now a flag thrown. There's be a holding call on Owen Duffy. So down 4, England will get an opportunity in the man advantage. First real offensive possession here for England. Mackelhager. Bodies crashing to the middle. Here's Jackson. To Gold. Near side Spreckley. Spreckley thought about it, gives it off to Shuttleworth. Skip pass up top, Mackelhager. Good rotation by the American defense. Jackson. Penalties over. Spreckley can't handle the pass, loose ball. Gonna be picked up there and running quickly is Will Erdman. In transition, Erdman, Duffy, Shanahan. And he'll slowly backpedal away from trouble. Nuri, back to Shanahan. Now Duffy at X. To the far side, Spidell. To Schultz. Chambers, back through X, Duffy. Here's Rhett Chambers with a head of steam, splits past his man to Duffy at X. Bodies crash in the backside. Nuri takes a good cross check, Push to the outside, flag down. And then the pass too high. And now the Americans will have an EMO opportunity. 4-0, USA leading 8:07 into this one. Remaining in the opening quarter. And we're not taking the double hydration breaks in this game, just the lone one each quarter, halfway through on a full stoppage. Chambers to Duffy. Up top, Cardilla. Millen. Spidell. Duffy back to Spidell, one more Millen. Chambers, little hitch. Back to Spidell, Duffy, inside, what a look, and that shot just goes wide off the stick of number 36, Jack Spidell. Millen, Cardilla! Extra man goal for the Americans, it's 5-0, as Colin Cardilla has his second of the contest. Cardilla from Bridgewater, New Jersey, goes to Rutgers. The Americans are in dominant fashion right now, and that's just a heavy outside shot from Cardilla. Timeout, England. So a timeout here from Mike Armstrong, as his team has just been under a heavy onslaught from the Americans. Only a couple real offensive sets, including an extra man opportunity where they were unable to get any shots off. And despite being down 5-0, the English fans on the far side still in good spirits, cheering on their club. Last night, in that game against Ireland, they were singing happy birthday to one of the players who had scored the opening 2 goals, and what a serenade they gave him, and then what a celebration they had after the game-saving save from Yorkham Ruby, right on the doorstep against Dieter Butler, who tried to go behind the back to tie the game. Could have just planted it far side overhand to the corner, but tried to make the highlight reel play, and it backfired. And that is why England is in this contest. Again, their winner will play the Haudenosaunee in the semifinal. It'll be Canada versus Australia in the other semifinal, with a berth in the finals to be had on Sunday. Semifinals will go tomorrow at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. local time. Now the American fans doing their part as the cheering sections go back and forth. Hayashi will take this for the Americans against the long pole of number 11, Tisdale Worcester. And the Americans, again, easily into the offensive zone. They'll change through the midfield. Duffy at X. Presses, goal line extended, shot from Shanahan. And it's just coming each and every time. Yorkham Ruby just can't really get himself into a good rhythm here. Taps himself on the chest, knowing he probably should have had that one. This is just a good take by Shanahan. He goes far side, low and away, right over the right foot. That's a great shot from Shanahan. Attends Boston University out of Fairfield, Connecticut. So he gets his 7th of the tournament. Wambach will win another draw. Flip it, Spidell, Duffy. He won't jam it through the middle. Bodies changing here for the Americans. Duffy to Shanahan. Now Rowan Nuri. Schultz. Americans skip it out the backside. There's Anthony Rayo. Duffy Spidell carries it to Schultz. Shanahan skips it backside. Tuck and go. Driving through the middle. Bouncer scores. Rowan Nuri. And that'll take us to our hydration break as Rowan Nuri gets on the board with his second of the tournament. All USA here in the early goings. It's 7-0 on World Lacrosse TV. A little bit of everything from Team USA here early on. Rowan Nuri with the latest goal. And they will settle in and try to keep the attack on the full go here. Brady Wambach will line up to take this draw for the Americans. He'll be going up against George Smith, number 10. George Smith from Stockport, also playing for Heaton Mersey Lacrosse Club. Wambach wins another one. Flips it off to Erdman. X with Duffy. Erdman crashes, doesn't get the pass. Now Shanahan will slow things up as the Americans are changing. Here's Rhett Chambers now. Jack Spidell. Duffy. Shanahan. Duffy will drive GLE, step inside and scores. Owen Duffy, usually the playmaker, this time cashing in with his 5th of the tournament. 8-0 USA. And again, just watch, he just presses GLE, even through a couple long pole slashes, able to put this one past Ruby, bounce it through the 5-hole. Now Brady Wambach will take another draw and win another draw, this time against Oscar McCarthy. Spidell will flip it to Duffy. Timothy Shanahan to Rhett Chambers. And now Colin Cardilla. Brendan Millett, far side Spidell. Duffy, Shanahan, again, as always, everyone gets a touch here for the Americans before they start engaging. Shanahan escapes out the side. Duffy flips in the middle. An invert here for the Americans. Millett. Oh, good eraser dodge behind the goal, and he scores! What a move from Brendan Millen, looking just like his old man Mark. Breaking ankles with ease. Millen, one of the top recruits in the United States. He'll be headed to the University of Virginia. What a split dodge and roll behind the goal at X. And again, dominant face-off performance has kept the field tilted in favor of the Americans. Hayashi exits out the back, and he'll give it off to Shanahan. comes Anthony Rayo, who has it now. All-time leading point scorer in Long Island history. Had an undefeated season. State champ, I believe. Spidell. Rayo. Schultz. Under 5 to play here. Almost under 4. Good pass to Rayo. Down the alley. Shoots it. Oh, put it off the junction. And that'll go out of play. Up into the fans. Haven't seen that happen quite yet this tournament. Fans sitting on the far side of the field underneath the trees. Great setting to watch these games. Nuri to Spidell, who'll set things up top with Rayo. Shanahan rolls off the top, skips it to Nuri. One more, GLE. Duffy wanted the backhand flip inside, held on to it. Now here's Nuri again. Schultz, inside, shot. Great save there from Ruby. Duffy will reset. Rayo bobbled it, gets it right back. Skips it across the field to Schultz. Off a defender and out of play. Thought we were going to get a whole lot more rain than we did today, but the little bit that we did get helped cool the temperatures down. Had a little bit of a nice breeze here today as well. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Duffy, a little hesitation, up and down, he's got 2. 10-0. 2:50 to play. Duffy out of East Quogue, New York. It's the UNC, the Tar Heels, and Chapel Hill. Face-off dot we go. Hayashi. Again, another clean clamp and exit. They'll flip it there to Quentin Kilrain. First time a defender's touched the ball here for the Americans. Duffy. Kilrain crafts the crease. Shanahan will hold on to it. Chambers back to Shanahan, gets to the middle of the defense, plants his feet, tried to skip it, good handle by the long pole. Robbie Hopper staying and playing and stinging the twine. Robbie Hopper, as good as Sean Light is on the back end, might be the best defender here so far this week for Sean Natalin's club. Hopper finally gets one on the board here in this tournament. He's had a lot of chances running in transition. Hayashi wanted to himself, trying to find that loose ball. And he finally does. Spinning and spinning and spinning. Finally will pass it back to the goaltender, Anderson Moore. His first touch of the game. Far side, Kyle Bergen. Got a chance to meet his father and sister here in town. Sister goes to Fairfield. Hidden ball trick still with Bergen. The English were wise to it. Now the Americans will settle the offense with under 2 minutes to play. Here's Colin Cardilla. Rhett Chambers. Spidell. Duffy at X. Out the backside, Timothy Shanahan. Millen. Chambers. Spidell. Hands up for Connor Bushek, the American offensive coordinator, head coach, the defending champion Cornell Big Red. Spidell will swing it all the way around. Duffy, Shanahan, under a minute to play. Shanahan. The Americans just sitting on it. No real need to go to the goal here. Far side, Rowan Nuri. Back to Spidell. Shanahan. .30 seconds to go. Americans been holding the ball for almost a full minute here without even going towards the cage. Duffy with speed. Unable to handle that pass with Shanahan. Ball loose. Picked up by Yorkham Ruby. He'll give it off to number 17, Will Baker. 5 seconds. Running through a couple stick checks for the English. Across center finally, but that'll do it for the opening quarter. As dominant as it comes from Sean Natalin's Americans. They're in complete control here in the final quarterfinal of the day. We'll be back here on World Lacrosse TV. USA leading it, United States 11, England nothing.
세상의 필요는 바뀌니까. 동원은 건강한 식탁을 넘어 미래에 필요한 먹거리까지 키워냅니다. 필요가 바뀌면 답도 바뀌어야 하니까. 필요에 답하다. 동원.
슈퍼 고단백을 슈퍼 건강하게. 게다가 슈퍼 맛있어. 그래서 동원 참치.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive. Growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport. Governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Give a message to the grief.
15 minutes in the books as the sun sets here in Sagwipo, Jeju Island, South Korea. My name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in here on World Lacrosse TV. Watching the World Lacrosse Men's Under-20 Championship. Again, if you're up and you're watching, find me on social media, at Teddy Jenner. Let me know who you're watching, who you're cheering for, what you've liked most so far about this tournament. Here's Hopper. He was in the middle of a crow step. Wanted to shoot it. Now trying to find that loose ball. Dancing on the sidelines. That'll be out of play. It'll be England ball. Here's the goaltender, Ruby. Trying to find a man to pass to. We'll throw the short one right in front of us here to Jack Dearden. Now with Will Baker. Find a man running through the middle. Good pass. Drew Wilkinson. Now here comes the English attack. Haven't had much of it yet here this evening. Haven't even had a shot attempt towards goal. McElhager. Little hop, skip, and a jump. Trying to run down the alley. Skips it through X. Out the backside. Good handle. Running towards the cage. Up top, McCarthy. Pass doesn't connect. Picked up by the Americans. And then a big shoulder check. Ball loose. Comes here to Jack Spidell. Quickly up ahead. Good handle there inside. Will Erdman will leave it for Shanahan. And the Americans are changing. Shanahan. Watch Pushed by Will Baker. Up top, Anthony Rayo. Here's Schultz. Rowan Nuri and right back. Rayo to Shanahan. Baker still watching him. Now running downhill, Schultz. Duffy. All the way up top, in the air mailed Rowan Nuri. First turnover by the Americans. Nuri couldn't handle the hot pass. Will Baker running. Right down the pipe, Will Baker. Check that, that's number 15. Alexander Cartwright. Out of Vancouver, BC, had no idea. My home area. Goes to NJIT. Good BC boy, I guess. Now Langan gonna try and slow things up. There's Ben Jackson. Jamie Moken. Push down the far side. Moken from Stockport, University of Nottingham. And that pass couldn't be handled. Tough one right at his feet. Loose ball picked up by Bergen. Bergen's gonna run quickly to Shanahan. Inside, scores! Oh, they're gonna wave it off in the crease. Unlucky there for Mike Marshall. Marshall thought he had one. There's Ben Jackson. Steps away from the pressure to Ruby. Tidsley Worcester. Ruby. Photo pass through center. And he couldn't handle it. Took a bit of a bump. Running is Bergen. Bergen's got Gravino. Finds him. Spidell. And then he tried to flip it inside. And that'll be an injury timeout here. As an English player is down in the attacking zone. 10:43 to go. And that was after that long pass through the middle. And a collision happened. And instantly he knew something was wrong. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Some concern on the England fans' faces over there. Still trying to stay cool no matter what time of night it is here. Beautiful skyline just over top of the fans on the far side. Nothing, the Americans leading. Scoring early and often in that opening quarter. Again, the winner will play the Haudenosaunee Nationals tomorrow at 7 p.m. It'll be Canada, Australia at 4. Legend Tony Watts will call Canada, Australia. I'll have the call in the other semifinal. You can watch it all right here on World Lacrosse TV as we work towards Championship Sunday. Saturday will be the full placement for pretty much all the other positions and spots in this tournament. Teams trying to find some final world rankings. And the medical staff still looking at the English player. Looks like he's gonna be okay. And that's number 16, Jamie Moken. I apologize, saying his name wrong. I believe it's McCann. He's going to make his way off. We'll keep an eye on to see if he's able to return. And we'll start behind the cage with Yorkham Ruby. Ruby will give it off to Wilkinson. He's gonna run on Duffy. Swims past him. Tried to find a man in the middle, knocked down by the stick of Spidell. Charlie Packard couldn't find it originally. And timeout called here by England with possession. Good ground ball there by Oscar McCarthy. Out of Sale. Plays for Brooklyn's Lacrosse Club. Again, my name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a long day of lacrosse here in Seguipo. And we are almost done. Day number 7. Just think back to last Friday. It was going to be 10 full days of lacrosse here. And now we're only a few days left. Tomorrow is semifinal Friday, placement Saturday, and championship Sunday. As we look to close the World Championship on a high note. All these players have put in everything on the line every game, battling for every square inch of turf. It hasn't been easy with the temperatures. And for some of these athletes, the time change. Found out that one of the Jamaican goaltenders had to take 7 flights just to get here because he had visa issues. He couldn't get into the United States because he was a late addition. They couldn't get him a visa in time to make training camp. And he couldn't fly through the US either. So it took him 7 flights to get from Jamaica here to Seguipo on Jeju Island. That is a long, long travel schedule. So we'll start with number 18, Spencer Mason. He'll run on Erdman, splitting back. Erdman all over him, right in his pocket. Able to get it far side finally. And here's Zach Spreckley, and he loses it. Good strip. Running, Robbie Hopper. Look at the long strides on number 23. Got the trailer, finds him, step down, shoots and scores. What a laser. Charlie Packard trying to bury that one all the way through the net. What a shot from Charlie Packard. The Hingham, Massachusetts product, University of Richmond Spiders. And that thing had some evil intent, almost came right out of his shoes. Watch this one, folks. Step down, everything behind that one. And flashes it past Ruby. Wambach wins it cleanly out the back. He'll get it right back. Quentin Kilrain inside, Mike Marshall. And he bobbled it and then almost threw it away, but Timothy Shanahan will pick it up and settle things for the offense as the Americans are changing. Under 10 to play here in the half. Here's Rhett Chambers. Come bench side, Colin Cardilla. Spidell. Duffy takes a healthy chop from James Thompson. Now up top, Brendan Millen. Check that, Rowan Nuri. Spidell. There's Millen at X, got the short stick matchup. Carries up top. Rhett Chambers, oh, that hit the helmet of the defender. Jumping in the way was Will Baker. Near side Chambers. Splits to the middle of the field, plants his feet, kick save and a beauty from Yorkham Ruby. Cardilla to Chambers. Now at X with Duffy. Cardilla. Back to Millen. And he'll carry down the far wing. Rhett Chambers clears through X. Ball passed here to Duffy. Duffy, watched by Archie Gold. Splits his man. Trying to find someone to pass to, won't jam it through the middle. Duffy Trying to swim. Good defense there by the short stick, number 22. That's Jack Dearden. Back up top, shoots and he scores, Timothy Shanahan. 2 for Duffy, 2 for Shanahan, 2 for Spidell, 2 for Cardilla. Singles to Schultz, Hopper, Nuri, and Millen. And with 7:38 to go, Americans still in complete control of this one. Great skip pass, and again, low and away. Right past the goaltender, Ruby. And then going early there was the English face-off man, Wambach. We'll give it to Shanahan. To stay and play a little bit. Mike Marshall, the long stick midi, gonna change. Duffy swimming past his man, back to Shanahan. Now Wambach will exit through the midfield. Schultz, Spidell, Duffy. And right back in front of us, Jack Spidell. Here's Rowan Nuri. Schultz will go against Dearden. Splits down the far side. Skips to Duffy. He'll drive. Rayo. Push back there by Cartwright. Inside Spidell with a quick goal. What a good little bouncer up over top of Ruby, but off the crossbar. And then a good bat to space by Kilrain. Skips it to Nuri. One more Spidell. Oh, an inside out twister. Didn't miss by much. And that'll take us to our hydration break. United States leading at 13-0 over England. 6:31 to go here in the second quarter on World Lacrosse TV. Finding out in that Netherlands-Mexico game that Mexico's had 2 goals disallowed for illegal sticks. Haven't seen that too often here in this tournament. But rules are rules. Ball will start with Owen Duffy behind the cage of Yorkham Ruby. Duffy watched by James Thompson. Thompson plays for the Stockport Lacrosse Club. Oh, my good friends, Owen Jones, and there's another goal by the Americans. I want to give a shout out to my England brothers, Owen Jones, and why can't I remember Paul's last name? This is just absolutely killing me. Never mind, I'm not even gonna do it. Anthony Rayo gets on the board for the Americans, his first of the contest. Paul Fullerton, that was his name. Played for the Americans, played for the English at the World Championships a couple times. And I'd be watching back home here on World Lacrosse TV. There's Timothy Shanahan. Splits past his man. One more Spidell all alone. Jack Spidell, triple fake. easy enough as it is. Jack Spidell, he's got 3. And the quick attack by the Americans as Timothy Shanahan ran against the short stick, Jack Dearden. And then as the slide came, Spidell was left wide open. And that's as easy as it gets. 1 stick fake, 2 stick fakes, 3 stick fakes, and then bounces it past Ruby. And jumping early was the long pole, Alex Tisley Worcester. Now here's Gravino to Spidell, working on the hat trick. He's got 12 in this tournament. Now here's Rhett Chambers. Spidell. Late man is Brendan Millen. Rhett Chambers, they're gonna go short behind the goal. Millen, little pick and pop. And they're gonna run it again. Millen drives GLE, skips it up top. Running is Cardilla, good off to Spidell. He'll run down the alley, push to the corner, Spidell out the back with Chambers. Chambers against Dearden. Up top, now near side, Duffy. Duffy, oh, what a split dodge. Oh, and Duffy, great save. Yorkham Ruby, what a split dodge from Owen Duffy. That was nasty, but he couldn't finish. Ball forward to Archie Carr on the far side. He'll give it back to Ruby. He's got a man coming here through the box. He'll pass it up to him. That's Shuttleworth. Throw it to midfield. Handled nicely by Spreckley. Inside, ball will fall to the goaltender. Still no real clear shot attempts here for the English. Ball up to center. Tough handle there for Shanahan. Mike Marshall will head off. Spidell. Under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Here's Owen Duffy. Anthony Rayo. Far side, Rhett Chambers. Short stick midi. Thomas Gravino staying and playing here. Duffy, Rayo. Chambers, bobbled it. Running is Shanahan. GLE inside, Rhett Chambers. What a backside cut from number 76. Rhett Chambers gets his second of the tournament, and that was a wonderful backside cut from Rhett Chambers of a good offensive set from the Americans. And an easy finish. Watch him just come down the backside. And Ruby unable to get back to his far pipe. (16-0) with 3.5 to play. Hayashi won it clean, all the way back, picked up by Sean Light. First time we've called Sean Light's name, the reigning NCAA Defensive Player of the Year. Probably could be starting in the PLL if he wanted to. Offside on the Americans, a rare mistake by Sean Nadalin's club. Here's Jack Dearden. Find a man out of the box in a tough spot right in no man's land. And a good handle by Ben Jackson. Jackson will run to space. Carry behind GLE. And he'll pass it off to Mackelhager. Spreckley. Near side, Jackson. Pushed out by Erdman. Gives it off to Mackelhager. A ball rotate through X. Elias Baythorpe. Spreckley. It's being watched closely by Charlie Packard. Spreckley drives GLE. Flips it off to the far side. Gets it right back. Trying to run a two-man game. Spreckley across the top. Gives it off to Jackson. Pushed out there by Erdman. Under 2 minutes to go. Spreckley. Back to McElhager. Spreckley, good split, rolls back. Now ball to X. Archie Gold. Watched by Sean Light. Gold rolls back to Spreckley. Now McElhager. Near side Jackson. And he'll get it right back. Trying to split on Will Erdman. Good defense there from Erdman. Now push through X again. Trying to drive, can't. Give it off to Baythorpe. Baythorpe will spin away from Kyle Foster. And ball knocked out of his stick. And it'll stay here with England. 40 seconds to go. Baythorpe. Ball swung far side. 30 seconds to go. Zach Spreckley. One-on-one against Charlie Packard. Packard sticks him right in the twig. Ball pops free. Loose at X. Who's going to come away with it? Sean Light kicks it free. And then he'll lose it out of play with 10 seconds to go. Baythorpe. Got to go quick here. Archie Gold. 3, 2, 1. And England, 0 shots through the opening half. A dominant performance from Sean Nadelin's club, led by Jack Spidell's 3 goals. They are in complete control here. 16-0 at the half. My name's Teddy Jenner. You're watching the final quarterfinal matchup here from the World Lacrosse Men's Under 20 Championship on World Lacrosse TV.
포장재부터 제품까지 천 번의 생각을 담다. 안심 동원 샘물. 안심 동원 샘물이 선수들의 안전 플레이를 응원합니다.
진짜 힘들어서 다들 금방 뻗거든요. 링티 마시면 너무 좋다고 다들 찾는 거예요.
야, 너만 마시냐? 뛰는 게 달라요. 운동 갈 때 꼭 챙기세요. 마셔봐서 압니다. 링티.
Welcome back to the World Lacrosse Men's Under-20 Championship here in Segwipo, Jeju Island, South Korea. My name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in here on World Lacrosse TV. Patrick Jameson is going to make his way between the pipes for Team USA. Anderson Moore's night is done without having to face a single shot from Team England. No shots, only one ground ball for England in that first half. Just an absolute clinical performance by Sean Nadalin's crew. They're looking to finish this one off in style. I was just talking with one of the American goalie coaches. I said, you know, not a bad first half for your goaltender and your defense. Yeah, the message is just stay focused. No matter the time, the score, the plays, keep your eyes focused on the field. Wambach pushed through the back, and then a late flag as a late hit was thrown by Team England. Maybe some frustration starting to boil over. That was Robbie Hopper taking the pop there. So the United States, who are dominating this one, will have a chance on the extra man. And just an opportunity to continue to work on perfecting things as there's bigger games ahead for Sean Nadalin's group. Semi-final date with the Haudenosaunee seems to be imminent, but still 15 minutes of lacrosse left to play. Here's Rhett Chambers. Spidell, Millen, Cardilla, Duffy, skipped up top, Millen, one more, Chambers, Shanahan, inside feed just off the top of Spidell's stick. Loose ball handled there by Dearden. And he evades the overhead check from Millen. Dearden continues to run. We'll get off near side here to Owen Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth, Quentin Kilrain extending out on him. Kilrain tracking him down the side. Erdman chasing down the double. And Kilrain will knock it out of his stick and out of bounds. Possession the U.S. Erdman quickly up ahead. Robbie Hopper will run onto this one. He had a goal in the opening half for Team USA. Now Duffy, as the Americans are changing. Jack Schultz take possession. Swing it near side, Rowan Nuri. Shanahan. Back up top to Jack Schultz out of Larchmont, New York, Providence College. Or was that Rhett Chambers? That was Rhett Chambers. Schultz from Ridgewood, New Jersey, University of Maryland. With a head of steam, runs down the far alley, roll back to Anthony Rayo. One more near side, Nuri splits, gets under the defense. And good pressure there by the English. All the way back up top, and it's picked off by Dearden. Transition numbers for England. And they had a long pole stuck on offense. And he ran off, and it ruined the transition opportunity. And then Dearden bobbled it. But he'll get a push on the back, so possession will stay here with England. Can Mike Armstrong's crew find a way through this vaunted U.S. defense? Near side, Archie Gold. Spreckley splits, carries across the top, fires it to McCarthy. Watched there by Bergen. Spreckley, Gravino all over him. Spreckley turns the corner. One more to the crease, inside, oh, he couldn't pull the trigger. Elias Baythorpe right on top, couldn't get his hands free. Now running is Gravino. Gravino, Spidell, Mike Marshall! Finally, Mike Marshall gets one. Had one taken away on a crease violation earlier, but he finally gets his first of the tournament. From Westfield, New Jersey, plays for Coach Nadalin at Cornell. And Marshall wanted that one, and just a big step down shot, fires it past the goaltender. And that's now Jackson Davis in the cage for Team England. As Both teams make goaltender changes at the half. Not surprisingly. And that's nothing against Yorkham Ruby. Did his best between the pipes, but just shot after relentless attack. And a late flag thrown again. Some heavy play coming from Team England. Now England changing, so are the Americans with the flag down. Shanahan splits past Dearden, inside feed, what a handle, and what a goal, Owen Duffy. He's got the hat trick. Came in with 4 goals through 3 games, and he's got 3 here alone tonight. And it's 18-0 for the Americans. Watch Duffy climb the ladder and then one-timed it past the goaltender, Jackson Davies. Out of Meridian, Connecticut, USA. Plays for the Four Leaf Army Lacrosse Club. Wambach flips it to Hopper. Thought about it. We'll give it to Shanahan. Hopper still floating in the offense, prowling. And now he'll head back towards midfield. Spidell. Give it off to Brendan Millen. Had that great finalizer dodge behind the cage for a goal earlier. Shanahan, Duffy at X. Out the backside, Spidell. One more, Millen. There's Jack Schultz. Millen down the far alley, lost his footing. Able to hold on to control, well done there. Schultz, Rayo, pushed through X, skipped it to Duffy. Up top, Schultz, tucks it, lost it. Good stick check, but good find there by Spidell. One more alone. And Shanahan buries. He's got the hat trick. 3rd American with 3 goals here this evening. And another just unselfish extra pass. Ends up in an easy opportunity there for Timothy Shanahan. All alone and just got the goaltender to bite on the dip and dunk. And a composed finish from Timothy Shanahan. Wambach wins the draw cleanly, exits out to Bergman. He'll run to space, being watched there by Tisdale Worcester. Now Bergen will settle things up, give it off to Jack Spidell. And now Duffy. Rowan Nuri, late man on is Kurdilla. He's floating around the midfield line. Duffy at X. Swings it to Shanahan. Now all the way up top to Kurdilla. Again, everybody gets a touch here for America. Kurdilla running downhill. Split dodge in his right hand. Won't take it. Duffy all the way to the backside. One more. Nuri splits past his man. He'll shoot it. Blocked in front by an English defender. Davies has it. Throws it far side to a defender. It's Will Baker. He'll throw it through the midfield. Nicely handled there by Drew Wilkinson. Spreckley, step down, bounce shot, first shot on target, and an easy save there for Patrick Jamieson. Good look for Spreckley, but unable to challenge the American goaltender. Pass bench side here. Good handle by Schultz. Running on Spencer Mason. Now Rhett Chambers on the far side to Duffy. Flips it through X. Spidell. That's Kurdilla at X. Now Millen. Chambers to Duffy and right back. Shanahan. Duffy on the far side. Cardilla at X. And a drive GLE. Off to Shanahan. Up top Millen. One more Chambers. Cardilla up top Millen. Can't catch him, release. Back to Cardilla. Bounce past to Schultz through the middle. Tough handle. And a nice job kicking it to Chambers. Backhand flip Duffy. Eyes always up for number 8 in white. Step down all alone. Owen Duffy, and he sailed it over top of the cage. I don't think Owen Duffy thought he was going to have that much time right down the middle. Here's Shanahan. Backdoor look. Duffy couldn't handle it. Able to regain possession. Fake the backhand flip. Schultz to Shanahan. Splits past his man. Roll back. Schultz. Duffy. Cardilla. Nuri. Shanahan on the short stick. To X. One more Duffy. Schultz. Won't shoot it. Carries through X. Skips it to the backside. One more. What a good shot. And again, the unselfishness of Team USA. Duffy to Cardilla. Short side cheese. 6:46 to go. 20-0. USA leading here against England in the final quarterfinal matchup on day 7 on World Lacrosse TV. Jackson Davies just getting some last-minute coaching tips from the England bench. Shout out to Kate watching back home on Long Island. She says, "Go USA," rooting for our boys Rayo, Duffy, and Spidell. And all three have had a good evening here for Team USA, as they're in complete control of this one. Have been from the onset. Again, you want to say hello to anybody? Love to hear from you. At Teddy Jenner on social media. Here's Spidell on the far side. He's got himself a hat trick. 4 Americans working on hat tricks here this afternoon or this evening. Duffy, Shanahan, Spidell, and Colin Cardilla. Here's Rowan Nuri. He's got a marker this evening. He'll run down the alley. Skip it to Shanahan. Out the back to Duffy. One more Spidell. Anthony Rayo, the Long Island boys, passing to each other. Now Rhett Chambers. Shanahan, Duffy. Rayo. Jump hop. Won't pull the trigger. Duffy again. Rowan Nuri, 5.5 to go. Nuri bobbled it. England trying to find it. Ball still loose. And it's picked up by the English long pole. Now right in front of us, Archie Gold. Numbers for England. Pass knocked down, perfectly picked off by Kyle Foster. Now Foster's going to run. And Duffy will sit on it and slow things up here for Team USA.
Hey, stay in. They're going to come to you.
Spidell settles it. Millen.
That's you, Alex. That's you, Alex. With the feet. We're playing with feet.
Shanahan out the backside. Duffy. Now Millen. Near side, Anthony Rayo. Little slide step. Shanahan, Duffy again.
Out, Archie. Out, Archie. With feet, Alex. With feet.
Schultz to Millen. Got a long pull on him.
Close it off. Good.
Continues to carry, finds Shanahan.
You turn.
Now Duffy.
Yeah, out, Alex. With your feet again.
Ball movement here from Team USA. Schultz is going to try running downhill.
Beautiful.
Good job by England keeping the Americans to the outside. Now Rayo, can he attack? And he does down the right channel. Stall called on the US. Millen plants his feet, takes a shot and stings the near side pipe. What a shot from Brandon Millen, his second of the contest. And that was a beautiful take. Again, everyone getting touches for the Team USA. And then Millen puts it in his left hand, turns the hips, and fires it stick side high past Jackson Davies. Zach Hayashi will take this draw for Team USA. And Hayashi will win it clean. Hayashi, as the English draw man, George Smith, slow to get off the field here. Officials will call a timeout here for the injury with 3:35 to go. And this doesn't look good for George Smith. Hopefully maybe just a tweaked ankle. As Mexico scores another one on the field too behind us against Netherlands. The great Tony Watts calling that one. Shout out to all the staff, not just the broadcasters here, but the timers, the scouters, the announcers, scorekeepers, all the staff providing water and ice, medical services, being liaisons for all these teams. It's just helped this tournament go off as smoothly as possible. Looks like George Smith is going to be okay, just favoring the lower body a little bit. Americans will start with possession here. A little over 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Start with Timothy Shanahan. He'll find Duffy. Everybody's going to get a touch here for the U.S. Nuri splits back to Shanahan. Duffy. Around and around they go. Rhett Chambers now. Now there's Colin Cardilla. Cardilla, Shanahan. And the pass sails on him and over Duffy's head. So a rare unforced error by Team USA. There's Jack Dearden. fire it to Spencer Mason. He'll leg it across center. Give it off to James McElhager. McElhager top center. Nice grab there. Will carry near side. He's got the short stick, Will Erdman on him. Give it off to Zach Spreckley. Flips it to Wilkinson. Back to McElhager. Watched by Erdman. Erdman pushes him high. Far side, Sprackley. Drive down the far side. Charlie Packard pushes him deep. Sean Light trying the lift check. McElhager again trying to run on Will Erdman. Not an easy task. And that pass knocked down by an American stick. Will fall to Spreckley. He's watched by Charlie Packard. Will run off a screen, trying to keep his feet moving. Lost his footing, still able to hold on to the ball. Flipped it up top, stepped down, one more. Spreckley cuts through the middle. Split dodge from Baythorpe. Now at X. Running through the pick is Shuttleworth. Near side McElhager. Erdman just urging him and willing him to try and beat him. McElhager through X, Spreckley. Spreckley running on Packard, trying to roll, double comes, and they don't take the shot. That was number 19, Archie Gold. I thought that was a good looking opportunity. Inside to Spreckley, great save by the goaltender. Patrick Jamieson got a piece as Spreckley tried to beat him between the 5-hole. Now here's Foster. We'll find Charlie Packard. Shanahan as the Americans change through the box. Rayo. Jack Schultz. Skips it, look for the backside. There it is, Brendan Millen. Are they gonna call it a goal? They do. What a handle from Brendan Millen. With 4.7 left in the quarter. Duffy always eyes up, looking to the backside as he drove GLE from X. And Brendan Millen joins the hat trick party. Watch this handle from number 7 in the air, keeps his feet out and somehow buries it. Kind of look crease-ish, but nothing to be challenged. And not able to challenge as Wambach will win the draw and the third quarter comes to an end. The Americans continue their dominant performance here after 45 minutes against Team England. 15 minutes to go in the final quarterfinals. USA staring a semifinal matchup against the Haudenosaunee in the face as they lead at 22-0 here on World Lacrosse TV.
IS 동서는 봅니다. 쓸모없던 땅에서 친환경 건설의 내일을, 폐기물에서 전기차의 새로운 미래를, 아이들에서 행복한 희망의 세상을. ESG 경영으로 더 큰 내일을 봅니다. IS 동서.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
Welcome back to field number 1 here, Gyeongcheon-po Training Center in Daegu-po, Jeju Island, South Korea. My name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in here on World Lacrosse TV. 15 minutes to go, the United States cruising in this one. England had a couple shots in that third quarter, but unable to beat the goaltender, Patrick Jamieson. And Yorkham Ruby back between the pipes for Team England and head coach Mike Armstrong. Americans changing through the midfield. Here's Jack Spidell with it. Watched by Archie Carr. Kurdilla. We'll give it to Rowan Nuri. Out the backside, Shanahan. Finds Rhett Chambers. Kurdilla. Nuri. Everyone getting touches as usual for the Americans. Tough feed to Shanahan. England fans still trying to urge their team on here, despite the scoreline. It's gone around. I think I just heard Connor Bushek say, keep going around until they put the stall on, and as he says that, they do put the stall on. And now they'll invert Roman Nuri behind the goal. Matched up with Jack Dearden. Short stick defensive mini for Team England. Nuri drives the cage. Deterred by the sliding long pole. Now we'll find inside feed. Oh, and Spidell put it off the bar. Good feed from Duffy to Spidell. Just that's how quickly they can attack from almost seemingly nothing. Running is Alexander Cartwright. Skipped it inside, body to the ground, loose ball. Who's gonna come away with it? Sean Light skips it to space. Quentin Kilrain trying to find it, he does. Kilrain running, floating pass. Oh, what a grab from Robbie Hopper. Hopper indeed. Hopper will head back to the defensive zone and off the field. On will come Jack Schultz, Rowan Nuri. Ball at X with Spidell. Gives it off to Nuri. Jack Spidell will head off. And on will come Brendan Millen. Nuri. Splits. Gets the GLE, bounce shot. Great save by the goaltender, but a late hit and a flag comes. Good take from Rowan Nuri. And he paid the price for it. And it's going to be a push with possession. EMO opportunity here for the United States. 30-second minor called. Called it on Archie Carr, number 3, I believe. Now here come the U.S. Again, opportunity to work on the little things. These could come in handy late in the game tomorrow, maybe even Saturday afternoon. Inside, Millen, one more backside. Nuri, bounce shot, great save, goaltender, Yorkham Ruby. And the ball pops free on the far side, off an English stick. It'll stay here with the USA. Actually, the penalty was on Jack Dearden, number 22. And the penalty has been released. Inside, Millen, in and out. What a shot by Brendan Millen. A fantastic feed and just a quick release. Hit the back of the net and popped right back out. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Not often you see a ball kick back out of a net like this in field lacrosse, and it just hit the back netting and then all the way around and out. Let's have a look at this from the back camera. What a shot by Millen. He's got 4 to lead All-American goal scorers. Give him 7 on the tournament. Wambach will win the draw. Tried to flip it to Millen. And it'll go out of play. And coming to grab it will be number 17, Will Baker. Yorkham Ruby. England just trying to get across center. Easier said than done, I guess. Ruby trying to find somebody to pass to. Will float one, knocked down by Marshall. Loose ball picked up. Sean Light quickly up ahead. Bergen. He's got a man to his right. It's Chambers. He'll shoot her and he'll score it. Good transition offense for Team USA as Rhett Chambers buries his second. And Sean Nadlin has given some of his star attack a little bit of a much-deserved rest as Shanahan, Duffy, and Spidell are on the sidelines here. And procedure called on England. Shout out to Elizabeth Cooper up at 3 a.m. Pacific time, watching from California. Love Charlie Packard's goal. And yes, indeed, Team USA is looking awesome, Elizabeth. Thanks for tuning in. Rayo to Millen. Far side, Rhett Chambers. Right in front of me, Will Erdman getting some time on the front door. Here's Anthony Rayo. Erdman. Millen to Chambers. Thomas Gravino. 2 defensive midfielders out here with Anthony Rayo. Again, the Americans just content to move this ball around until the officials put the stall on. Gravino splits down the far alley, keeps his feet moving, out the backside, Millen. Now Erdman. Rayo on the one-on-ones, gets past his man, won't pull the trigger. Again, slings it through all the way to the backside, float up top, Thomas Gravino. Gravino will split past. Looked inside quickly to Nuri, won't force it. Now Rayo. Push down, step back, bounce shot, scores. Anthony Rayo with a beauty. Bouncers will go 8 times out of 10, and Anthony Rayo's got a pair. Again, just composed, settled offense from the United States. They don't have to go to the cage if they don't want to, but when they get a good matchup, they will take it. And Anthony Rayo got a slight push from his defender and able to find the middle of the field, and that bouncer went right up underneath the bar, past Yorkham Ruby. Another face-off win, this time by Hayashi. Rowan Nuri to Brendan Millen. Rayo, Erdman, Robbie Hopper. American Brendan Millen just tying his shoe in the offensive zone. That's kind of how this game's going. It's time to tie a shoe, and U.S. still has possession. Bergen to Hopper. He'll flow to the far corner, Rhett Chambers. Nuri. Bergen slashes through the middle. Rayo with it. Rolls back, gives it off to Bergen. Up top, Robbie Hopper. Good grab on the shoelaces. Now Rayo. Bergen won't take the shot. Rayo will give it to Hopper. I imagine the officials will put a stall on here at some point. The Americans are just going to continue to work it around until they do. Just eating seconds away. Under 7:20 to play here. Rayo. Watched by Dearden. There's the stall call. But even now, the Americans don't have to show a whole lot of urgency. Rayo splits past the long pole, skips it through X with Nuri. Time and room. Nuri steps high past his man. Shot. Kick saving the beauty from Ruby. And nice job finding that loose ball was Anthony Rayo. Bergen. One more. Hopper. He's got a pair. I thought he was going to throw it behind the back. But Hopper sticks with the traditional finish. He's got two. And we've got our final hydration break of this game. 26-0. USA in control here on World Lacrosse TV. Hayashi wins another draw, cleanly out the back. As we're in the final 6.5 in this game. Canada, Australia will be one semifinal. And pretty much pen in the United States, the other semifinal against the Haudenosaunee. Nuri at X. And now a full defensive midfield lineup here for the U.S. Erdman, Bergen, Gravino, along with Millen, Nuri, and Rhett Chambers. Gotta give the D-mid some love. Also at the same time, you get to rest the legs of your top middies. Erdman to Bergen. Stall is on. And Erdman can just back up, draw the defense out of Oscar McCarthy, and he'll just jog to space. Give it off to Rowan Nuri. Chambers. Bergen dodges against the short stick. Will carry it back towards goal line extended. Now find Brendan Millen. Millen to Erdman right in front of offensive coordinator Connor Buszczyk. Erdman just going to continue to keep his feet moving here. 4.5 to go. Erdman. Rhett Chambers on the far wing. Gravino with it now as he vacates the crease. Bergen to Millen. Back to Bergen. Matched up there against Spencer Mason. 4 minutes to go is the message from Buszczyk. And then Bergen bobbled it, and it'll end up out of play. That was nearly a 2-minute possession inside the box without even a thought of going to the goal by the Americans. And again, they don't have to. This game is pretty much stamped and final. Far side, Will Baker. Ruby will give it off to Zach Spreckley. It's watched there by Millen. Spreckley sprints past him. I imagine just a single goal would send the English fans out of their seats, and then a flag thrown. Might be a 1-minute slashing call, I believe. See the call from the official. It is a 1-minute slashing call. 3:09 left here in this one. Shuttleworth, top center. Step down shot, wide off target. Nicely backed up there by Baythorpe. Clock continues to move here, under 3 minutes to play. Skip pass, good look, shot, wide off the target. Good rip there from Baythorpe, just couldn't find the 6x6. Up top, there's a shot again, wide off the target. Baythorpe will back it up. Clock continues to move. Goal line extended, Sprackley through X, and they throw it away. And that might be the final time England touches the ball in this game. Patrick Jamieson, far side Foster, back to Jamieson. And a pass floated right in front of the English bench, Jack Schultz. Millen. X to Nuri. Back to Millen. Up top to Schultz. And on comes Mike Marshall, the long pole. He'll take it here near side. Watch there by number 6, Drew Wilkinson. Splits away from him. And Millen slipped. Marshall, power drive with one hand on the long pole. Now far side. Continue keeping his feet moving. Rhett Chambers. Little shimmy and shake, gives it off to Millen. Final minute of play here. An outstanding, commanding, dominating performance by Sean Nadelin's crew. They saw what Canada did to Jamaica and figured, you know what, we'll do you one better. They're about to hang a goose egg on Team England. Stall put on here, not gonna matter. England hasn't been able to get the ball away from the Americans all night long. Mike Marshall gonna crash the crease. Millen will throw it off to Chambers. A round of applause from the United States fans. 10 seconds ago, double comes from Baker. Jack Schultz, Erdman, what a performance by Sean Nadelin's crew. They remained perfect. They'll face the Haudenosaunee in the semifinals. And England will slide down and have to wait to see who they play as they move to the consolation side of the championship bracket. My name's Teddy Jenner. Truly do appreciate you getting up early back home in North America to watch this one. Closing in on 9 p.m. local time. And when we speak again, it'll be semi-final Friday. Your final score, Team USA 26, Team England 0. And until we speak again, continue watching the World Lacrosse Men's Under 20 Championship from Jeju. And as always, stay safe and be excellent to each other.